Hey everyone, it's your girl TeraMichelle. Welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today, we are going to be discussing all of the new fragrances I've added to my collection. We're going to talk about 4 travel sizes, and we're going to talk about a full size bottle. And my opinion may not be popular, but y'all know I do this the way I do this. So if you're interested to see what I chose or what I bought and what I've been wearing, let's jump right into the video. First things first, we have to talk about Dossier. You know this video is in collaboration with them. For anyone who has not heard about Dossier, you can't be on TikTok because they're huge over there. They're all the rage. I'm not on TikTok, but I knew about them before TikTok. So Dossier is an inspiration house, a fragrance company that makes inspired by fragrances of some of our favorite top quality niche fragrances and designer fragrances. So this is how it comes in the box. Sleek, minimalistic design. You know, if you've part of the Terra Squad, we already know this. Gets this card. You get this card with it that explains everything about the fragrance. And here is the packaging. So today we are going to be talking about Woody Green Apple, which is inspired by Paco Rabanne's 1 million Eau de Toilette formulation. So this is a men's fragrance. And the top notes are green apple, grapefruit, and mint. The middle notes are lavender, rose, and cinnamon. And then the base notes are cedarwood, patchouli, and amberwood. I loved 1 million. However, I will say that it did not last long. But this is how there have to be so many men that wore this fragrance because it is so extremely familiar to me. This just smells like a man to me, 100%. But I do remember that a lot of men were complaining about the fact that this did not last for them. So I did spray this on my skin. You guys know how hard it is for me to wear masculine scents. Even when they smell good to me, I just keep thinking over and over in my head, I'm a girl. I should not be wearing this. And for women who like masculine fragrances, this is not a dig or a play on you. We're talking solely about opinionated scents here. And at this point, again, if you're part of the hashtag Terra Squad, you know I'm that super fruity girl. So this smells good. It does. It lasted 4 hours on me, and then it was time for me to take a shower. It wasn't because I wanted to scrub it off. It was just because it was the end of the day and I was trying to go to sleep. So I know, and it was still strong and potent at the end of that 4 hours on my skin. So I could imagine if you're a dude and you're overspraying and you're spraying your clothes, you're going to get a nice amount of wear out of this, at least 6 hours. If you're spraying your clothes, probably 8 to 10 if you're an oversprayer. So again, that is Woody Green Apple from the House of Dossier. The first fragrance I want to talk to you guys about has been hyped up to be something that I don't think it is. And if we thought that YouTube hype was something, clearly that TikTok has y'all gone crazy. This is why I'm not on it. I just don't want to waste the type of hours and minutes and seconds that a lot of people spend on it all day. And I just don't want to fall into this pit of chasing everything that everybody's talking about. I like my peace. I'm protecting my peace. So that means no TikTok for me. But this is from the House of Phlur, and it is called MoodRing. Now you can see this dent. So it is clearly around here. So I've been wearing this fragrance, and I really don't need to spray this. I'm going to do it anyway. That atomizer is wide. Oh, God. Okay. Man. The first spray for me still smells like old school fingernail polish a little bit. And something else kind of chemical. But it's not like a harsh chemical. Not like paint thinner or anything like that. Just something that I know starts off wet and it ends up drying. What is that? God, it's something like acrylic or... Anyway, so it has that vibe to it. It is very green to me, like the leaves of the flowers that are in here. This is a very floral fragrance. And people kept screaming, this is a gummy bear fragrance. And I'm thinking, what type of super dosed up high fructose corn syrup, all artificial flavor gummy bears are y'all eating? No. Now, it has a juiciness to it, especially the first time that I wore this. I got a lot of vibrant juiciness. Now it's still just so green and so floral to me. And that marigold for me is the biggest thing that I get in here. There is a nice amount of sweetness, but there's also some tartness. And this is a beautiful fragrance. Now, I get so many compliments with her. And she isn't linear. Like the opening, is one thing and then it changes. So to me, the opening is very bright, very green. Like I said, a little chemical, a little slight hint of acrylic and nail polish. Just for a split second, I get that. And then it opens up beautifully and it's still green, but you get more of the florals, a little bit of sweetness, and then it dries down. I love the amber and patchouli usage in here. The patchouli is not overbearing to me. I think my baby Amy Glam thinks the patchouli is too much. I think that was her that said that. And I'm sensitive to patchouli a little bit, but not hypersensitive. So it's okay for me. But when I tell y'all, I get compliments after compliments. The waitress at, I forget the name of the restaurant we were at. I think her name was Morena. She was like, what are you wearing? She thought that I was wearing Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. And we talked, she likes fragrance. She's into it a little bit. Told her who I was, gave her my channel, followed her on Instagram. She followed me on Instagram. And so that's what she thought it smelled like. Not for me, but I can understand why people who aren't like seriously into fragrance would say something like that. Why it will pull a muscle memory for her off of her roommate's favorite fragrance, which is Thank You Next. So this has a little bit of that chalkiness to it that a lot of these fragrances have, like that My Way floral type of chalkiness. And it doesn't smell like My Way at all. I'm just talking about the chalkiness to it. And Oriana has that chalkiness too, and I don't care for that fragrance, but this is beautiful. It really is. And again, it's a huge compliment getter. It's not a gummy bear fragrance to me at all. It doesn't smell like candy to me at all. I pick up more on florals than anything else in here. Greenness and florals, anything else. But surprisingly enough, it's not headache inducing and I love it. I genuinely love this fragrance. So I think it's something you would want to test. Maybe it smells like gummy bears to some people, but I just don't find the reality in that. Even when it was juicy to me, I've never eaten a gummy bear that smelled like this or smelled a gummy bear that I've eaten that smelled like this. I wouldn't want to eat it if it did. So beautiful green floral fragrance to me, slight sweetness, but I'm going to love wearing this for spring. So again, that's if it makes it to spring. Yesterday it was 80 degrees here in Missouri. Today is 25. Who has time for that? But I do like this. And it lasts in all weather. I've been wearing this since it's been cold just to test it and be able to talk about it. And it still lasts pretty great. So I top up about the 4 to 5 hour mark. And that's just me. I'm usually going to do that unless I'm wearing something super heavy that's just knock out, drag out. There's no reason to top up. This is not that. This is definitely a top upper. And I don't have a problem with that. So, yeah, again, that's Phlur's MoodRing. The next fragrance took me by surprise, guys, because I've told you I don't really care for this house much. They have more misses than they have hits with me. And that's the 7 Virtues. But baby, this new little baby here called Amber Vanilla. Mwah. Chef's kiss. First of all, anytime you have Ambroxan, ISO E Super, Lily of the Valley, you're going to pull me in. It even has carnation in it. I think there's vanilla. There's a lot that's going on in here. But baby, it opens up with pink pepper. That pink pepper gives the perfect amount of feminine, fun, flirty, girly spiciness. I love it. I'm not a spicy lover. But this comes together. Woo, and the first time I sprayed it, there was something in it. And I was like, what is that? Something is off-putting to me. But I wore it for a full day. And it just, it blooms into this beautiful, like slightly spicy, powdery, sexy vibe. I will have a full bottle of this. I wish it came in 100 ml. Amber Vanilla was a hit for me. I didn't like that cherry business they came out with. I didn't like that Lotus Pear stuff they came out with. Their vanilla one is so basic to me and it costs too much for what it smells like. Nice scent, but no. But for this one just does something for me. It does all the right things for me. And I'm a true fan. So yeah, let me get on this one real quick, right quick. Next up, we're going to be talking about My Way Nectar. So I just have the travel of this. I'm so torn, you guys, because I love the My Way line. I went through the original bottle last year, and I'm more than halfway through the Intense bottle now. But I do still have the Le Parfum, which I love, and it's so different from all the rest of them, and the Floral. So to me, this one mimics or is closer to the Floral than anything else. It has that chalkiness. It's bright. It's vibrant. The opening of this is stunning. The pear and the orange blossom. I think there's bergamot in here too. Flawless. I think there's florals in here too. This smells very similar. The DNA is there. Like, you're not getting something you haven't smelled before. If you've had the floral or maybe even the original, this isn't like the Intense at all to me, or the Le Parfum. Again, the floral is what, it brings to mind. But this is so cute. It is so fun, fruity, flirty. If you like the line, you're going to like this one. If the chalkiness in the floral was too much for you and you want the pear in this, though, I love that note. And whenever you pair, P-A-I-R, pair the fruit, P-E-A-R, with orange blossom and a citrus, I just think it is a stunning, wowing, beautiful, delightful spring summer opening to me. And that's just the way that I receive it. But this is beautiful. I top it up at the 4 to 5 hour mark, much like MoodRing, but this is so bright. This is sparkling. Again, this is pretty for the sake of being pretty. If you have the floral version, I don't think that you need this in your collection yet. Once you're done with the floral, go ahead and get it. It's fun. It's going to be perfect for the springtime. If you just want to, like, no nonsense, pretty for the sake of being pretty fragrance. Now, I don't know how much a full bottle of this costs, but these designers are coming out here tripping. Victor and Rolf has been tripping, but they super tripping with their new Tiger Lily, which we'll be talking about soon. These $140, $50, $60, $70, $80, $20 bottle prices for designer fragrance, it's never going to be okay with me. So wait for a sale if the price is too high. I might put it on the screen when I'm editing, but this is pretty. When I'm done with the floral, I think I want this one. Next up, we're going to talk about the newest release from the house of Victor and Rolf. Their fruity, floral, same old DNA is there. I will say I do like the mango note in this. I like the coconut milk usage in here. The florals that they chose are nice. I don't know that I've ever had Tiger Lily in any of my fragrances, but I don't notice anything super different about this. Very familiar. I can tell that it's a Victor and Rolf fragrance. It definitely has that DNA there. Ruby Orchid is still my favorite from the house. And I think that with this, there's so many places that it goes wrong for me. And it might be that Tiger Lily. Sometimes there's just this kind of funk to it that just doesn't vibe right with me. But in the room, when you're wearing it, if you spray it in your room and then you leave for a while to go do whatever you're doing, when you come back in, it's going to smell nice. It's going to smell pretty. This is a more grown up, pretty for the sake of being pretty fragrance, okay? Because it's not so fun and flirty and girly. It has a little bit of grown upness to it. And I can appreciate that, but I'm saying on my skin, this goes nasty. So on my clothes, when I wore this, it did smell good. I didn't get any compliments the day that I wore this. However, I thought that it smelled good. It smelled nice, smelled decent, right? But it's a hard pass when it comes to me buying it. I think it was $170. Listen, no, it's too familiar. It's too same old, same old. There's nothing unique about it. And I'm just tired of Victor and Rolf and their prices for what they have. Now, I can say that this lasted on me about 6 hours. So it definitely has some longevity and some depth to it. Again, I'm out of the mood of buying the same old redundant things. And for me, this is not one I need in my collection, but I'm not going to deny that it does smell good. So I wouldn't blame anybody for liking it. I wouldn't blame anybody for wanting it or buying it, because your coin is your coin. I just think there's so many better releases coming out now, and it came out last year, than this. So it's a no for me, but it still smells good. If you like mango and coconut milk notes, you might want to get your nose on this because it might work for you. This is going to sound crazy, But of all the fragrances I talked about today, this is my most favorite to smell because it makes me smile. This is from the king of pretty for the sake of being pretty fragrances. And shout out to all of y'all who always give me credit when you say that in your videos. That's tough. I have been saying that since I've been on here. I was saying it in the comments before I got here, and I also coined Narciso Rodriguez as the king of musks. And it's just a joke. It is always cute. First of all, I love people who give credit. First of all, if you heard something from somewhere first and you say, I got this from so-and-so and I love it, I'm gonna use it or whatever, it's dope. Do you have to call a person and say, would you mind? No, but it shows real class and character for you to start, if you're going to regurgitate something you got from somebody else, for you to say that. So it's love. And I just respect people who do stuff like that. I really do. This, my goodness, it smells like a little candy, some florals, a little fruity. And it has that longevity in it because I believe that there's like maybe vetiver and sandalwood in the base. I believe that's what I'm remembering, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. This is the type, and I don't know what the price is on this either because Marc Jacobs has also been tripping lately with his prices. And come on, Marc, you know full well your fragrances don't last long enough for you to be out here busting heads. So I'm going to have to look at the price and see if he is busting heads with this one because, like I said, people are losing their mind, but ooh, it's so pretty. This is Daisy Wild. I am in love with this. I never wore the original, and I think I smelled it once before, but I couldn't tell you. But I've had so many flankers, as you guys can tell. If you know my collection, you know I have quite a few daisies. The Daisy Love line is my favorite, but I do want this one. I really do at some point. I don't need it, but I like a pretty for the sake of being pretty fragrance. I like to smell super girly, fun, and flirty for the spring. I think this is the perfect spring fragrance. This and My Way Nectar just do it for me in terms of me smelling them and just thinking, oh, I can't wait for the warmth and the flowers to come back and somehow for the mosquitoes to get lost and forget their way here. But it's just beautiful. It is. It's sweet. It is fun. It's fresh. It's a fragrance that I think for 100 milliliters should be no more than $50 though. You see what I'm saying? Because it is so familiar. It is so fun, fruity, effortless, pretty for the sake of being pretty. It's not something I would think would be niche. It's not something I think would be hundreds of dollars or $100+, but it makes me feel good. And that matters to me. Those mood boosting qualities sometimes make the money worth it. So I really adore this. I'm so happy with the house of Marc Jacobs for putting this out because there's a side of me, that inner kid in me that likes fragrances like this, that I just want to have fun. I want to go to the grocery store. I want to go to the DMV and make people smile because it never smells good in the DMV unless I'm there. Unless one of y'all are out there too, but nobody's ever in there fragrant like me. But I just enjoy this. And sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes something just speaks to you and works so well with your body chemistry. This baby here, it's fun. It's just fun. For sure, the one that wowed me the most out of all of these was Amber Vanilla from the 7 Virtues because of how I feel about the house. But baby, like I said, they knocked us out the park. It's definitely the sexiest one and the one I definitely need a full bottle of now. I will be waiting on My Way Nectar. I will be waiting on Wild. I'm happy with my purchase from Phlur, but it won't be a repurchase. And I will never want, probably more than likely, unless my scent palette just changes, never ever want the Tiger Lily one from Flowerbomb Tiger Lily from Victor and Rolf. So those are the 5 fragrances I have been wearing and testing, and those are my thoughts on them. I know somebody out there who loves the Tiger Lily one. We've already had our conversation in the fragrance room. I'm glad that you love it though, and I hope it's something that you buy for yourself and continue to enjoy because fragrance is subjective and everything is not for everyone. I missed you guys. I'm sorry I took February off for the most part. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces in my life. I have a radio station. A radio show, not a station, a radio show called Truthfully Opinionated on OpulenceRadio.com. Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then it replays again on Wednesdays at 9 Central Standard Time. So I'm also coming out with a podcast that I think you guys are going to love, and it will probably also be here on YouTube, but under a different name, of course, and a different channel. So I'll talk more about that coming up. But your girl is busy. I did miss you though. And again, I've been taking my time with these fragrances so that when I come to you, it's not a first impression, it's a full review. If you're still here, please do not forget to click the like button, subscribe to the Terra Squad, subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here. Select the notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. Share me across all your social media platforms. I still have my Monty Casanad here for the giveaway when I reach 10K. It would help me if I consistently uploaded to keep doing that too. I don't plan on taking any more time off, guys, though. So thank you for sticking with me. I love talking to you guys in the comments as always. So if you have any of these, come talk to me in the comments about how you feel. Even if you hate the ones I love and love the one I do not like, that's okay. We could talk about it all day. I missed you guys. So let's catch up. Anyway, I'll see you in the comments. And until then, bye.